That's all right. I'll fix it later. Okay. We talked about nouns with our last story. Who can remember what a noun is? There are 3 things that a noun can be. Can you tell me one of those 3 things, Jamie? A person. Yep. What's another thing that a noun could be? Jake, did you have an idea of what a noun could be?
A place.
A place. Yep. You could have a person, a place, or it could be what else? Alina?
A thing.
A thing. And I also said for that 4th one, the thing could also be what, Jose?
Animal.
An animal, right. So nouns are people, places, things, and animals. I like to think of animals as being separate than regular things. So when I talk about, let me change my color here so it's easier to see it on the screen at home. If I talk about, let's say, a dog, oops, that's my marker, my pen is really off. Let me erase this. Let me erase this all together. Okay, let me try this. Right, if I say dog, that's supposed to be dog. Or maybe man. Or I might say, oh my goodness, that's terrible. Car. Or let's say school. Okay. Dog, man, car, school. Those are all one person, place, animal, thing. Okay, just one. When we have one of something, we call it singular. Single means one. Singular also means one. Just means I have one of those things. Okay? Like one pencil, one piece of popcorn, one glass of milk. Okay? Just one thing. Yes, Angelina.
Do we have to call it singular?
Singular? You don't have to call it that, but you're going to need to be able to recognize whether it is singular, one, or plural, more than one. And that's what we're going to talk about, and I'll show you how you can always recognize it. Now, if there is more than one of those things, we usually see this at the end. Dogs. Oh, cars. Schools. Oh, I didn't spell the word school correctly. Woo! There should be an H there. Schools, okay? We usually have an S at the end of the word if it is plural, which means more than one. Plural can be 2, 3, 4, 5, 10,000, a million, anything more than one. Singular means one. Plural means more than one. We usually see an S at the end. Sometimes the word changes. Like if there's more than one man, we say men. So sometimes the word changes and we don't put an S at the end, but sometimes we just put an S at the end, all right? So we're going to be talking a little bit about singular and plural. Let me close this out real quick, and I want to show you a real quick video that will go over this a little bit. No, I don't want to save that, but I do want to bring this up, and let's talk about singular and plural. Oops, maybe not. Oh. There it is. Okay.
Welcome to my laboratory. I want to show you my new machine, the Pluralator. It makes more than one. Every word has a body. A body can have a tail. This tail is special. It is called a plural. The S tells us there is more than one duck. That means I can use my pluralator. See? Now there are lots of ducks. Sometimes the tail that is a plural is ES. ES makes the sound is. Boxes. So how do you know when to use S or ES?
We'll talk about that
Use
later.
ES after one of these hissing sounds. Glasses, fishes, bunches. Now you know how to use tails to show there is more than one. Plurals! What an excellent student. Ah, you are so clever. Oh no, the pluralator is going out of control. Stop! No! Ah! I must get out of here. It is going crazy.
What happens is
That will happen sometimes. Okay, so if you see an S or an ES at the end, it usually means that it is plural or more than one. If you do not see an S or ES at the end, it usually means that it is just singular, one of those things. Now, I'd like you to get out your reader's notebook. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Yep. And you are going to turn to page 62 in your reader's notebook. That's your soft reading book. You're going to turn to page 62 in your soft reading book. Let me try to make this a little bit bigger here so we can see it. Up at the top, it'll say one and more than one. 62. Angelina, do you have a question? 62. 62. You will need a pencil out because eventually at some point you will be using a pencil. Page 62. Now, it says up at the top, one or more, and more than one, and it says in the box, a singular noun names one person, place, thing. I'm sorry, one person, animal, place, or thing. A plural noun names more than one person, animal, place, or thing. And usually we add an S to make most nouns plural, okay? They give you an example. She has a pet, so she has one pet. Or, Levi, what page should you be on? Let's go. 62, open it up. Two pets play. Notice there's an S on the word pet in the second sentence. There's also the word two, so two pets play. That means more than one, so it is a plural word, okay? So what we're going to do for numbers 1 through 6 is we just have to decide if the word that is underlined is a singular noun, if it means one, or if it's a plural noun, more than one. What's a clue that we could look for to help us decide if it's singular or plural? Levi, what's a clue that we can look for to help us decide if it's singular or plural? What might we see at the end of a word if it is a plural word?
then it needs to have an ES or S.
Right, it might have an S. Most likely will have an S. Sometimes it might have an ES, okay? So all we will have to do is we will have to either circle the word singular or circle the word plural. So let's look at our first sentence. Many students have pets. Well, the word students is underlined. Does students mean singular or plural? What do you think, Kaden? Is students singular, one, or plural, more than one? Singular, one, or plural, more than one? Plural. Yeah, so you're going to circle the word plural for number 1. Come on, Logan. Circle the word plural for number 1. Number 2 says, one cat purrs softly. Cat is the word that is underlined. Is cat singular, which means one, or plural, which means more than one? What do you think, Tim? Is it more than one cat? Or is it just one cat? But it says the word cat. So is that singular, one, or plural? It is singular, because it even says one cat. So you're going to circle the word singular for that sentence. One cat purrs softly. Make sure you're circling it for number 2. Pay attention to where we are. All right, number 3, some crickets are noisy. Crickets. Is that singular or is that plural? Lonnie, what do you think? It is plural. Very good. Crickets is plural. There's an S at the end. It's more than one cricket. So make sure you're circling plural. It even says some. Some can mean 2, can mean 7, can mean 58. Number 4, a hamster is furry. Hamster is our word that is underlined. Is hamster singular or is it plural? Jamie, what do you think? Singular. Very good. So make sure you circle singular for number 4. We're talking about one hamster. Number 5, 3 kittens play happily. Kittens. Kittens. Is that singular or is that plural? Yanessa, what do you think? Plural. Very good, Yanessa. It is plural. It says 3, doesn't it? That means more than one. There's 3 of them. 3 kittens means plural. And last but not least, the teacher watches quietly. Is that singular or is that plural? Kinsley, what do you have?
Singular.
Singular. Very good. One teacher. The teacher watches quietly. So circle the word singular. Singular means one. Plural means more than one. Okay? Usually has an S, sometimes an ES at the end. We'll talk more about that because we talk about singular and plural nouns a lot. We're just going to try to remember in our head right now, singular means one, plural means more than one. Look for the S. Okay, put that book away because we won't need that again. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about one of our other skills that goes along in our Teacher's Pet Stories. We're talking about base words and suffixes. Now, that might not be something that you have ever heard of before. It should be, but just in case you haven't, let me bring this up real quick. A suffix is when we add a couple of letters to the end of a word. And when we add those letters to the end of a word, it actually changes what the word means. So we're talking about the suffix S. So let me give you an example. So we talked about cat. Whoa. Okay, don't know why that came up, but let me erase that and start again. Oh, that's right, because my pen is really off. Okay. So we talked about cat, and we talked about how this could be one, and then we talked about cats, and then we said that by putting the S at the end of the word, this would be a suffix. A letter or letters that we put at the end of a word, it changes what that word means. When we don't have the S at the end of the word, it just means one cat. But if we put the S at the end of that word, it means more than one cat, right? So it changes what the word means a little bit. Today we're going to talk about 2 suffixes, ed and ing. Ing. Ed and ing. Okay, like the king of ing. So I have a real quick video to show that talks a little bit about that. So let me bring this up here real quick. And we'll talk about this.
Hey eSpark readers! Today we are going to learn about how adding different endings to a word can change the meaning of that word. Let's look at an example. I bet you know this word, walk. I am going to add the letters ing to the end of the word. Ing at the end of a word means something is happening right now. The word is now walking. Here is a sentence using the word. The girl is walking to school. So, this sentence means that the girl is walking right now. We can also add the letters ed to the end of a word. Ed at the end of a word means something happened in the past. The word is now walked. Here is a sentence using this word. The girl walked to school. This sentence means that the girl already walked to school. It happened in the past. Let's try adding these same endings to another word. This word is wave. When I add ing to the end of wave, the word becomes waving. Remember, the ing ending means that something is happening right now. Here's the sentence. The boy is waving at his mom. That means he is waving right now. When I add the ending ed to wave, the word becomes wave. This sentence says, the boy waved at his mom. You know that the ending ed means something that already happened. The boy already waved at his mom. Great job adding ing and ed endings to words. There's one more ending I want to teach you about today. Adding the letter S to the end of a word makes the word plural. That means more than one. Here's an example. This is the word dog. When you add the letter S to dog, you get the word dogs. That means more than one dog. Here's the sentence. There are dogs at the park. How about one more? Here is the word star. When we add S to the end of star, it makes the word stars. That means more than one star. Check out this sentence. Look at the stars in the sky. In this video, you learned that adding endings to a word can change the meaning of a word. In this quest, pay attention to how special endings can change the meaning of words you read and listen to. Good luck and have fun e-sparking!
All right, so let me see if I can stop this real quick. Stop. Okay, so if we put, go away for a little bit. If we put ed at the end of a word, like she said, walk, there we go, W-A-L-K-E-D. Oh, that's supposed to be okay. That means it already happened. When you put ed on the end of a word, it means you already did it. So I could walk down the hallway, which means I can do it right now. Or yesterday, I walked down the hallway. It happened in the past. It already happened. If we put ing on the end of the word, like in the word walking, it means it's going on right now. We are walking down the hallway, or we are walking across the classroom. It means it's going on right now. So just by putting ed or ing at the end of a word, it can change what that word means just a little bit, whether it happened already in the past, or whether it's happening right now, or even if it's going to happen later, okay? And we'll talk about that when we talk about ing again, all right? But what I want you to remember right now is ed and ing are suffixes. Suffixes are letters that we put at the ends of words. It changes what a word means when you put it at the end. And ed can tell you that it already happened, and ing tells you that it's going to happen or it's happening right now. Questions before I move on from that? Yes, no, maybe so? All right. Yes, Gwen. Okay. Lonnie, did you have a question?